For many years, I have said Prodigy is not pay to win, but that's all changed. Membership used to be additional cosmetics, nothing that really affected gameplay in a way that felt unfair. But now, I would say that Prodigy is maybe even worse than pay to win. At this point, the game almost feels pay to play, and something needs to change. Now to start off, let's talk about Magicoin, because this is pretty much the core issue of Prodigy right now. When this currency first came out in the treasure track, it was actually pretty good. It allowed users without memberships to be able to evolve pets for the first time ever. It still gave a reason to buy membership, as members would get more Magicoin, meaning they could still catch and evolve more pets. But what initially appeared to be a great update has become extremely restrictive. At the start, non-members were easily able to get Magicoin, but they kinda just stopped doing that. When Starlit Festival came out, they gave us 7,000 Magicoin. Then, with no warning whatsoever, they removed the ability to get Magicoin from the treasure track. And they removed the ability to get it from festivals as well. Now you have to log in each day to get a measly 5 Magicoin. You can literally only get 150 Magicoin per month if you're a non-member. One of the biggest problems that came with Magicoin was the introduction of level caps on pets. Before this update, you could get something like a puck up to level 100 if you wanted to. Now the highest level it can go is level 20 before you're forced to spend like 20 Magicoin, or 4 days of playing in order to evolve it and level it up to level 40 before you're forced to spend even more Magicoin to continue leveling it up. And for some people, they don't have the opportunity to play Prodigy at home at all, meaning that for them, it's not possible to progress far into the game since Magicoin can only be gotten by playing at home. And here's the thing. There have been at least 2 times when they have gotten rid of the level cap since Magicoin came out, but each time they keep removing it. One thing I'll acknowledge is that technically free-to-play players do get more Magicoin per month now than they were when Magicoin was part of the treasure track. Currently, players earn around 150 Magicoin per month through the daily reward system, compared to the 90 per month previously, not including additional Magicoin from Dragon Isle and festivals, which would make the total higher. The issue with this specific point isn't how much Magicoin is being given out, even though it is still too low, but the problem is how this Magicoin is distributed. Under the original system, you would get Magicoin in larger chunks. You didn't need to log in every single day, and when you did earn it, you would usually have enough to immediately be able to spend it on evolving pets. In the current system, you get Magicoin in very small doses each day. Yes, it does encourage players to log in every day, but as I stated earlier, not everyone can do this. It leads to players often never having enough Magicoin on hand to do something as simple as evolving a pet. Instead of earning the Magicoin in bursts, you have to wait multiple days in order to progress. A stronger system, in my opinion, would be to implement the high Magicoin amounts from the current system into the treasure track while reintroducing Magicoin into Dragon Isle and festivals as well. The main problem with this is that progression is way too slow, and people aren't able to enjoy the game as much when they have to spend like 100 Magicoin just to be able to get a usable pet. That's 20 plus days that they have to wait to actually be able to use it. A problem stemming from progression being too slow is that new players can't progress either. You can get your starter evolved for free, and then you can get a Shardic, which is already on its second evolution, but once you get to level 40, what are you going to do now? It costs 200 Magicoin to evolve both of those pets so that you can continue through the story. That's 40 days worth of waiting. When it takes this long to actually complete the game, I would assume that most people are going to leave, and this is just going to mean less math problems solved, less popularity of the game, leading to it eventually dying. And with the current state of the game, I wouldn't be surprised if people are scared to spend their Magicoin. We've gotten multiple major reworks to pets over the past year, which have caused formerly sought-after pets to become below average just like that. With the addition of Pet Merge, a similar problem has developed. The current level cap at release was 100. It then moved to 150 and will again move to 200 in the future. The major problem is that merging doesn't scale with level, meaning that if you got a Merge 6 pet while the cap was 100, you wasted a bunch of Magicoin. Merging should be scaled with the level to combat that. People spent Magicoin on those pets, which by the way cost money, meaning that people are wasting real money because of these changes that they could never have known about. Speaking of real money, based on past pricing, one Magicoin costs about 2 cents, meaning that to evolve a pet to its third stage, it would convert to around $2. A legendary piece of pet gear cost around $5 for a single piece. To buy the best hat, armor, boot, wand, relic, and mount in Moonlight Festival would cost you 3,970 Magicoin, or the equivalent of $79.40, which is way too expensive, no matter what game you're playing. Now, obviously, this conversion doesn't really work out anymore since Prodigy stopped doing microtransactions, but it does give a decent valuation of what Prodigy thinks Magicoin is worth. Now, they have gone back on this a little with the recent Rose Master and Onyx Master set only being 50 Magicoin apiece, which is a lot lower than usual, but it still means that to get both sets you would have to spend 400 Magicoin in total, which is just not justifiable for any non-member to buy. All of this is to say that something needs to change with Magicoin, whether it be to make things cheaper or the much smarter option, allow non-members to actually get Magicoin, whether that be increasing the amount of Magicoin they get from the daily gift by a lot, re-adding Magicoin to rifts, festivals, or the treasure track, or even making it available in battles. Something needs to change. It's pretty much impossible for non-members to get anything in the game, and that just isn't right, especially for a game that is supposed to be about having fun while doing math. It doesn't feel fun when so much is being blocked behind a paywall. Additionally, if you were previously a member, got membership items, and then stopped paying for membership, you can no longer wear those items anymore. That is just plain ridiculous. If you buy the item, you should have access to it at any time, no matter if you have membership or not. It's causing players to waste currency. These players have no way of knowing that they will lose access to those items, and it should never be a question whether they lose access to those items in the first place. Now moving on to the treasure track, which has a bunch of problems of its own right now. Although the launch was somewhat controversial, I actually liked the idea of it at the start. It gave non-members a chance to get previously member-only items while giving members new rewards. And with the introduction of new mounts, mythical epics, and buddies into the new treasure tracks along with the addition of Magicoin, it was actually pretty good. Sure, most of the new stuff was for members, but non-members were still getting new items too. But these past few treasure tracks have just not been very good. There has not been a single new item for non-members in the past 3 treasure tracks, and honestly, the member tracks have not been great either. It's really only gotten 3 new items in that time, being 2 mounts and Sarasaur. And I almost forgot to mention, the treasure track has been named Frozen Fairy Tale 3 times in a row. This wasn't even an original theme, we got it last year as well. The treasure track used to be something that we could actually look forward to, but the past few ones have been really disappointing, especially for non-members. Another huge problem that we have been seeing in Prodigy lately is a huge number of ads. When you log in, the first thing you see has an ad in it. Right after you exit that, you may be met by another ad. Do a battle without Magicoin, that's another 2 ads plus the member jar. Then, once you leave the battle, you'll probably be hit by another ad. It's gotten so bad that Prodigy has even added 15-second unskippable ads. This is something that you would expect to see on social media sites, not an educational game for students. I decided to play Prodigy for 5 minutes, and in that time I got 3 membership ads, 6 post-battle screens telling me that I need Magicoin, and a 15-second unskippable ads. That's pretty much 10 times they told me to spend money. That's 2 ads every minute. It is no surprise that when you look at reviews for Prodigy, there are many reviews saying that there are too many ads and that the game is pay to play. Even teachers are saying this. This is not a good sign. And the last concerning thing I want to talk about is the removal of so many free-to-play features. These include Crystal Caverns, the Bounty Board, the Arena, and Harmony Island. I know it may seem like I'm speaking from nostalgia when I say these features need to come back, but I am not. These were some of the only ways to truly enjoy the game after the whole story had been completed. Now there's basically no incentive to continue playing the game after you've beaten hard mode. Even new features that have been released as completely free to play, such as Dual Stadium, have been affected by membership. You used to be able to do as many battles as you wanted per day. Now you can only do 4 as a non-member and 9 as a member. There's pretty much no reason that I can think of for this change. All it does is make it so that members and non-members alike have less stuff to do in the game. Another example of this is the recently added Moon Island, which for the moment being is only available for members. For one thing, the in-game advertisements feel very predatory, saying,
"Want rare pets and cool new gear?"
This makes the users feel like they're missing out on a lot, while in reality, they're not missing out on anything. And why is this even limited to members in the first place? Even though I just said that non-members aren't really missing out on any of the rewards, locking it still takes away a large part of the festival. There's still time for this to change, as it does sound like the moon will have something to do with the story in Moonlight Festival, but seeing what Prodigy has been doing recently, I'm not really confident about it. With all these features being removed or restricted, it really feels like there's no incentive for players to stay long term. Additionally, Prodigy's involvement in the community has declined over the past few months. In 2024 and early 2025, they were very active, responding to feedback and finding ways to keep the community engaged. But for a while now, they really haven't been active. One of the best ways to actually get their attention on bugs and glitches was through being active in the community. But now it doesn't really feel like Prodigy interacts with the community at all now. I know it shouldn't be their number one priority to interact with players, but it is a great way to get feedback from those who care about and play the game the most. This is all to say that I want Prodigy to succeed. It was once a great educational tool that helped me get ahead in math when I first started playing it. But now it feels like Prodigy is prioritizing monetization over accessibility, and many people in the community feel the same way. I don't believe that the current state is sustainable in the long run, and something needs to change with membership to make the game more user-friendly. If you want to help make a difference, I have left a link to a petition in the description, which is trying to fix some of the major issues that we've been seeing in Prodigy lately. Hopefully, if we can all show Prodigy that we care, they may actually listen to us.